Good morning, good evening. My name is Ebi Weyime, and today we're going to talk about Africans who have moved to the UK. What's the opinion of the UK, and should we as Africans move there?
Lalela, if you're African and you want to come to the UK, this video is for you. This one is for you. I'm going to be covering the biggest misconceptions. Disclaimer, this is my experience. It may be different for others, but this is me. I feel like you guys already know this, but it's cold. Majority of the time the UK is cold. Yes, it gets warm, it gets hot, unbearably hot and humid. It's not very pleasant, it's not very nice. But yeah, it's usually cold. Like, the sun is there. Like, right now you can see the sun shining, but guys, it's there for display. I'm telling you that for a fact. It's just there for display because it is cold. I'm still cold. That's why I'm still in a jacket. I am cold. And guys, the food here, ish, hi. I can't have it anymore. I'm telling you, guys, enjoy the food in your country. In South Africa, guys, the food there is nice. Guys, come here. Hey, flavorless. The Fanta is even yellow. Can you imagine? It's even yellow, bro. It's not orange, it's yellow. That should say a lot. It says a lot. Another issue I have, I'm not gonna lie, my fellow African family members, that still live in Africa, bro, they think I have money. Guys, it takes a lot for you to even get money. Like, generally, people struggle in this country. The stories I've heard and the lies, guys. And I can't lie, I blame people in the UK, because why are you going around acting like you're the richest of the rich? Please be honest with the people. Be honest with the people, because me, I was so when I came to the UK, guys, I was so disappointed. My cousin sold me dreams. Now I'm here to be very honest with everyone. The UK, it has its pros, it has its cons, but I need to be honest with you. You don't become rich overnight just because you stepped on the plane and you're in the UK. Don't think you're gonna be rich. You can be broke and homeless. It exists.
Habari yako? Mzuri, unauzaje panty ama inalingana? Unauzaje? Ya Kenya?
Yes. 50 easy, 200.
Okay, unaweza songa na kiti mama? Hizi ngapi?
It's each.
Oh, moja.
Are people going to talk about how living in the UK is actually depressing? The UK is just not it anymore. Like, the UK was it, like, back in the day, hence why, like, our parents migrated. But, like, when I hear people saying they want to come to the UK, I'm like, what are you actually coming to the UK for? There's nothing in this country. Food is expensive, transport is expensive, everything, living is expensive, like, everything, housing is expensive. Like, why would you want to move to the UK? Like, I have a question for, like, foreigners. Why do you guys come to the UK? I just don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, every day I just, like, get on the train, go to work, come back home, eat, sleep, repeat. Like, I feel like a robot.
Can my fellow South Africans who have also moved to the UK, specifically in London, can we gather here and cry? Because rent is the death of us. Like, I didn't realize that moving to London, I would have to downgrade the standard of living. So before I moved here, I lived in Senton, and I had a 2-bedroom apartment, beautiful gated community, security, blah blah blah, and I was paying less than 18,000 rands. Okay, which here, if you were to convert, it's about 400 somewhere, I don't know, but less than 600 pounds. Anyway, I am currently renting altogether 1,800 pounds. So 1,600 for rent and 200 for utilities. So if you had to convert that, it's around about, let's just say 42,000 rents. now want to upgrade. You know, I've been in London now for almost 2 years. I wanna move where the corporate girlies and the guys, the hands are at. You know, I want the city view. I want the tall, long windows. I want beautiful finishing. You know what I mean? Started looking. Minimum rent is £2,000. Minimum rent is £2,000. This is before I pay the utilities. So, which means altogether, I'm looking at about 2,200. If you were to convert that, it's 48,000 rands, guys. If you have a family member who lives in London, they don't have money. Forget it. They do not have money. Their money is spent on rent. That's all they are working for. They are working for rental in London. So if they are giving you the little that they have, you must appreciate, because it's probably half. It's coming from the other half of their earnings, because the other half has gone to rent. So yes, of course, I mean, I wouldn't change my situation. I'm happy being in London, but I just want us to cry together and see if we can find a solution. Meaning, I don't actually mind sharing. Yes, if I could find someone who's also a corporate girly, who also has high standards, and we can rent. Let's say we can rent an apartment, 2-bedroom apartment for £3,000. I'm in. Okay, it's just that, oh my goodness, I can't afford £3,000.
Haya. Oh, itachoshea moja. Utakako ama toshea. Nitolee basi 50 kwa hapo.
I want to add to her list, and I will never not warn people who wants to move to the UK about the cost of living. I'll never not warn you. And here's why. I had to pull up some stats. So these stats are from December 2023. The average cost of living in the UK is approximately 79.3% higher than in South Africa. Okay. Guys, let's not even get to the renting. 79.3 is high, no? Okay. And let me just preface this by saying it depends on where in the UK you want to be situated in. I'm not from London. I'm not from you guys. I'm in London at the moment, so that's what I'm looking at, right? With renting, the renting in UK is 97.5% higher than in South Africa. 97.5%. Guys, do you understand that there's some people that has to put more than half of their take-home salary down just for rent. That time they are renting a room in a flat share. Do you understand? Like, it's rough. So yeah, for people who think that you're gonna come here, you're gonna get paid in pounds, you are gonna be balling, think again, think McCain, no? Because cost of living will humble you. Anyway, yeah, just a little something for you guys to nibble on. If you are thinking of coming over, just keep that in mind.
Yes, like I said in my last video, I know most people define greener pastures, differently. You've been in a system where corruption is normal, you can't travel without 10 police officers stopping you from point A to point B. You can't afford to eat 3 square meals a day. Insecurity is just through the roof. Maybe I may be talking gibberish to you. Maybe I may sound like a mumu, or I may sound like a total lunatic to you, but hear me out. Where you're running to, the citizens of those countries are looking to move out. Currently in 2023, the inflation in all these Western countries, all these Western economies, Europe included, they're in the double digits. Most people can afford, even with a decent wage, most people can afford to save. Most people can afford to live their lives without feeling like they're slaving away, which I know you will do literally anything to leave Africa, because I mean, you may as well go and be a slave there as long as you're seeing the electricity, the good road, the security. But it's not like that anymore. It's not like it used to be. Those of them who have been in the system, that's why I always say, if you want to move to the West, if you want to relocate, please do not listen to only your agents. Do not listen to those people who have just gone there about a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that will tell you, just the superficial things. Listen to the people who have been in the system for well over 20 years, 25 years, 30, who have lived most of their lives. They've had children there. Second generation, third generation, fourth generation, fifth. Listen to those ones. They will tell you the drastic changes that have had to happen in the West. Now, you can't save. If you're going, especially as a family of 3, 4, 5, 6, you can't save at this point. You can't save. Even if, say for instance, you're in the UK, you're earning £30,000, you cannot save. You cannot save. There are a lot of things going on in the system that are somewhat blind to you who is a foreigner, but those who have been there, the citizens, they know. The free schools you're talking about is on the brink of collapse. The healthcare brink of collapse. When I talk about brink of collapse, it's not what it used to be. Yes, the schools are free. Not really free, because somehow, nothing in the West is free. Please get that inside your head, please. The way people try around the world, free healthcare, free this, you're somewhat in some way going to still pay for it, but you may not know that you're paying for it. You're taxed for everything. It's remaining the air that you're breathing. That's the only thing remaining for them not to tax, which they will one day tax. The school system is in shambles. Imagine a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old being told that maybe you have a son. They're being taught that there are different genders apart from male and female. They're being taught to identify as fishes, trees, whatsoever. You cannot wake up and do that rubbish in Africa. If you're moving, you need to be aware of the way the system in wherever you're going to is set up. The healthcare system is free, but how is it that you have your money and you want to walk into, how you have your money, you walk into, no matter how bad it is in Africa, no matter how bad it is in Nigeria, you can always get an appointment on the same day. There are people, do you know that there are people waiting for years and years just for a surgery? There are people who literally have to call an ambulance, 911 or 999 for emergencies, because they can't literally walk into hospitals and see a doctor instantly.
Thank you so very much for watching this video, and I'd really love to know whether you're African or you're from any other continent. Have you ever wanted to move to the UK? Personally, I did at some point in my life, but I guess my priorities changed. I still would love to visit, but I don't think I would want to settle there. But do you want to move to the UK? Is that a place you would love to live? I'd really like to know your comments on this. Please remember to subscribe, and I will see you next week with a new one. Goodbye.